Good evening. Time for a bit more coverage towards our Changeling Kith series, starting out tonight, as you can see just up there, with the Pooka. Now, these guys are a lot of fun. Um, if you've ever wanted to play a Joker, or a comedian, or some kind of crazy, funny, happy-go-lucky character that the group will probably both love and want to kill, here you go. Play a Pooka. They always have some form of animal that they're associated with. So you could have a squirrel Pooka, or a rat Pooka, or a wolf Pooka even. Um, if you ever really want to see the idea behind like the Pooka seeming with the animal features, go watch Grimm. I mean, the attitude is different, but physically, appearance-wise, Grimm got the Pooka down precisely with their characters. Yeah, so what we're looking at here is that these guys are huge fans of freedom, choice, fun. They're all about fun. Their affinity is nature, being shapeshifters, being animals, that kind of comes naturally. Their birthrights, as I've just mentioned, they're shapeshifters. They have an affinity with one particular animal, never a mythological animal, worth noting. The animal affects their appearance and personality. They can shapeshift into that animal at will. If they're completely alone, if there's another changeling or enchanted mortal, now bear in mind an enchanted mortal can also include things like vampires, werewolves, etc., then the change does cost them glamour. They can never shift when being observed by a mundane mortal. Shifting back is always free and can be done at any time as long as they're unobserved by mortal eyes. Their second birthright is confidant. Even complete strangers love to spill their guts to a Pooka. Something about them, their innocence, their friendliness, their chattiness. Now, it's not just an instant I walk up and ask you a question and you tell me everything. It's woven into conversation. It takes a few minutes. You sit down, you have a couple drinks, and at the end of the conversation, you know this guy's life story. People just naturally want to talk to them. Now, their frailty. And this is where part of the fun comes in as well. I think their frailty is really what makes them. Untruths. Perhaps the greatest lie the Pooka ever told is making people believe they never tell the truth. Think about that one a minute. It's great. Under most circumstances, a Pooka can speak the truth as long as it's mixed with lies, half-truths, and exaggerations. The trouble comes when the Pooka is asked a direct question. A Pooka who is asked a direct question must answer with a lie. Or they can make a willpower roll and spend a point of willpower and tell the truth. What this means is that you're looking at a character that everyone wants to tell everything to, but that no one's ever going to believe if they tell them anything. People believe that Pooka just always lie. Now, as we've just seen there, it's not always the case. They can tell the truth, but they're going to mix it in with something else. You know, what color is the sky? Well, the sky's definitely not green, and it's not yellow, and it's not pink, and it's not gray, and it's not white. And, there are clouds in the sky. Now, they haven't actually lied, but the fact that the sky is blue is obscured in the rest of this elaborate statement. They can even be a bit more direct than that, you know? What attacked you? Well, it was this really big vampire. And he had, green eyes and spiked hair, and then they go off on this whole tangent. The fact that a vampire attacked them could be completely accurate, but that's not all they're going to be saying. So, yeah, makes for a very interesting character. Also, although I don't normally call them out, for the Pooka, these are just too good to pass up. The stereotypes, spoken by Ryan Darktail, a weasel Pooka. And you have to bear in mind that these are in-character statements. So don't believe that this is actually what the Pooka think of these different people. This is what the Pooka say they think. Alright? That means that this is all filtered through that untruths. Alright? Yeah. So, when they start talking about knockers being caring and polite, and wanting praise and subjective criticisms, yeah, definitely. Um, Definitely worth looking into. And that's really about all I have to say about the Pooka. Think Kinder, Jester, Liar, Clowns. And there you have it. Talk to you in a little bit.